Hi, welcome to this PlansXpress Getting Started video. In this section I'll be going through the drainage and manholes. Now to start with, I'm going to be placing in some soil pipes so I know where the drainage needs to run to. So I'm going to zoom in on this corner here. That's below the upstairs bathroom. I'm going to go to plumbing, I'm going to go to waste connections, I'm going to select a soil pipe and vent and a typical stack. I'm going to click accept defaults on this for now, but of course if you're estimating this you'd want to run through and make sure you've got the correct connectors for the job. So I'm going to hover over the intersection of these two walls, I'm going to press the R key and it's going to give me some coordinates now where I can then place this too. So I want to have this the centre of this soil pipe 100 mil away from the wall to the left and 100 mil down from the wall above. Now to do this I can use the x-axis there, type 100, if I move the mouse back there you see it's now locked there 100 mil away from the left hand wall. I can go to the y-axis and type minus 100 to force it to that location. I can click to place and then click the orientation to place again. Once that's done I can move across to the other side and select the next soil pipe. So waste connections, soil pipe and vent, and select a typical stack. Set the defaults there, hover over the intersection of two walls, press the R key, and this time because it needs to go to the left and down, both will be minus 100. Place and orientation. Now I have those two in place, I've got some referencing for where my drainage needs to run to, and also importantly I will also need an inspection chamber on the property as well, and this will also have all the main drainage running to this, so it's key that I get this in first. I'm going to set the 900mm deep inspection chamber. I'm going to accept the defaults on this, and now to place this I'm going to hover over this corner here on the bottom of the building, and I'm going to once again press the R key, following on from where it says in the manual to give me my location. Measurements I'm actually going to type in here now minus 1927, and the y-axis is going to be minus 1000, so 1 meter down. Then click to place, and then I'm going to use the shift key to hold the orientation at the correct angle at 90 degrees. Click to place. At this point as well I'm also going to be asked if I want to allow for any plant. I'm going to say yes to this now, and I want to do all the plant for all of this drainage in one go. I'm going to do it in one hit, so I'm going to change this time for excavator to 4 days, and I'm going to click accept defaults and place that above there. Now once again I need to hold shift to give the correct angle and place that there, and no more plant required. Now this symbol is currently showing on the estimating labels layer, so I'm going to change that to drainage by selecting drainage while the symbol is highlighted from the menu, and it'll ask if I want to change this to the current layer. I say yes and the symbol will change. I can also do this with the text. Now the next thing I need to do is place some shallow access manholes. Now to do this I'm going to need to know where the drains are going to run. So I'm going to go to the drawing and annotation, and I'm going to grab a horizontal construction line so I can start placing where the drain runs are going to go. So I'm going to press R while hovering over here, press down 1000, press the F7 key to bring the snap again, press R down and 2000. I'm going to come across here now, vertical, hover over this wall, R to the left, 1000, and then I'm going to press R to the right, 1000, F7 again, R to the right, 2000. I'm going to come up to the top here, grab another horizontal. I'm going to hover over this wall. I'm going to press R up 2000, and I'm also going to press F7 again to bring the snap back, R up, and 9,000 to give me the distance away for the soak away. Enter there, and that's placed that line all the way up there. Now don't worry if this has placed this outside of the drawing area, as the intention with this is that you can then move this, copy paste this to a new sheet so you can have your drainage layout ready for your ground workers. Now I've got those items in there, I just need to connect the soil pipes up to these, so I'm going to grab an angular construction line there, select the centre of that soil pipe. Now if you've got the angle tool running, set that at 45 degrees, you can type in 45 degrees manually down here and force that there. Or if you have the snap tool running, so if I select the centre there, you can hold the shift key to force it to a 45 degree angle. As such, there we go. Without having to worry about measuring the angles, working them out, I can just hold the shift key and it will do it for me. So next thing to place in now is the actual shallow access manholes themselves. So I'm going to go to drainage, shallow access manhole, select that from the menu there. I'm going to click accept defaults on this for now. So I'm going to come down here, place one at that intersection there, and then the orientation, no plant required. Right click to bring that back, place there, orientation, no plant. Across here, place, orientation, then no plant, and repeat. And finally, the last one up here. Now from there as well, I need to add the soak away in. Now I know my soak away is all the way up here. So if I go to my drainage, soak away, I can get a large precast soak away, accept the defaults there, in place. Now, if you make a mistake while placing, as I have done there, you can highlight the symbol, and you can see where you've got the red box in the center. If you click on that once, the symbol will now stick to your mouse, so you can place that in the correct position as required. Once that's done, we can get to placing some back inlet gullies. So there's a back inlet gully just here. To place that correctly, I'm going to grab another construction line, horizontal, because I've now got an intersection here I can work from. Back to the architectural. Select the back inlet gully and place as required. Now that's done, I can start connecting these items together with a drain run. So I'm going to go to the drainage again, go to the drain runs, I'm going to select the 0.6 meter drain run, but I'm actually going to change this to the same as it is in the getting started at 0.55, accept defaults there for the rest of it, begin in the middle of the soil pipe, come down to the centre there, and then continue on down to the centre there, right click to drop. And then proceed to link up these items as required. So that's now the gully linked. Link this side. All the way down to that shallow access. And say no there now. Now, the next set of drains, the drain runs, are going to be running a meter. So I go to drain runs again and select 1 meter from the menu. Now as a point, I don't have to change any dimensions here, but if you are doing drainage that has bends in that you're not using any kind of access for, you can add in the bends directly at the end of this dimensions wizard here. For now I'm going to leave them as blank, I'm going to click finish, and I'm going to go from the centre of this shallow access to the centre there of the inspection chamber, and then all the way across to that shallow access there. Right click to drop the tool. I'm going to right click to bring it back 1 meter. I'm going to click once in the centre of that inspection chamber. I'm going to press the down arrow key and type 5,000 for 5 meters. 5 meters of drain run running down property, the external of the property itself. Right click to drop that, and node to the plant. Now I do need to drop in some rodding eyes and such, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to drainage, rodding eye, place, up here, and place. Now I'm going to link these together as well. I'm going to go to the drainage, drain runs 1 meter, set the defaults there, and from the center of that rodding eye, running around all the way up to the circle eye, and connecting this rodding eye here as required. Right click and drop that. Now that's the saw pipe, so you've got the wastage link there, and we've also got the start of the water runoff from the roof. Now we need to actually link up the gutters themselves, so to link up those gutters, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some construction lines to give me some points to work from, placing the next stage. So what I'm going to do is hover over that wall there, press R, up 100, I'm going to come down to the bottom again, F7 to bring the snap back, R down 100. So on the corners of the building there. And I can also mark out on this wherever there's going to be an outlet. Now I also need to mark out how they're going to join in. They're going to join at 45-degree angles, so in preparation I'm going to mark from that point there, hold shift and place a construction line. Now this can start to look quite busy, but keep your wits about you and you'll see where everything links together, as you'll only need to draw on the lines that have no drainage on them. Nicely intersecting with all the other items. Now, as a key point there, when using the shift key, if you keep your mouse clear of other construction lines, there'll be no conflict on the drawing there. Okay, so that's a lot of construction lines there now, but all I'm going to do now is go to my architectural, go to drainage, drain runs 1 meter, set those defaults, and run from each corner to the intersection. Oop, don't need any plant. So continue to run that around. As such, there we go, nearly done. But by using the construction lines, getting them in place early on, it makes joining up the rest of this quite easy. And now that's done there now, I can make this far tidier and much more presentable and easier to understand by going to the drawing annotation. Now I can either toggle the visibility of those construction lines so I can see where I am and bring them back, or I can delete them entirely. So I'm going to delete them all entirely at this point now so I can see my drain run finished. Now, as you may be aware, there's a drain run running through the section of plan that represents the first floor, and it's also running off the plan there. So if I wanted to, I could copy this and paste that to another page, so I can then represent and detail the drainage plans for the ground workers, give an indication of depths, what's to be laid there and such. Or if I want it just to be estimated, I want them on the plan but I don't want to see them, I can then just go to Views in 3D, go to the layers, go to Find, search for drain, untick the light bulbs, click OK, and they will be hidden as such. And that is the end of this section.